Okay, hi everyone who's watching from the Product Hunt Hackathon. My name's Lauren and I work on the Google Assistant team. We're going to be hosting a Q&A for the next hour or so. Feel free to ask questions either in the YouTube comment section or on the Slido for the next hour or so. Okay. Yeah, feel free to ask questions in the YouTube comments section or on the Slido link that we sent out previously. I'm going to turn things over now to Ido Green, who's a developer advocate for the assistant, and he's going to be handling the Q&A.
Hi, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depends where you are, or good evening. I'm Ido Green. I'm developer advocate for the Google Assistant and specifically Actions on Google, which is our platform for third-party developers to develop and build amazing apps to the Assistant platform. And today we will do two things. One, we'll go over the questions and hopefully give good answers. And then if we'll have a bit of time, I'll do a quick recap of all the new improvements, upgrades, and updates that we just launched 2 days ago. So let's jump into it and see what we have. So Raul is asking, is there any capability to get the raw audio recording of the user's voice with the Google Assistant API? So unfortunately not. You can't get the voice input or output. You do get, if you're working with Dialogflow, the speech to text and then later on the text to speech. So you could work with the wording, and basically it's a great service that you're getting out of this platform because you don't need to invest a lot and reinvent the wheel in terms of doing NLP, natural language processing, and the speech to text and text to speech capabilities. So you're getting them for free. Another question that we have is, when a user asks the questions on the Google Assistant, is there a way I can do screening of the response before I play the response on my app? So if I understand this question correctly, you have this ability. And how do you do it is in your server. So when we're building for the Google Assistant, basically we have an endpoint. And we could use the Action SDK or a tool like Dialogflow that will do the heavy lifting of transforming and extracting intents and entities from the requests. And let's say that we're working with Dialogflow, which is very easy, and I recommended it. What we're getting is basically a nice JSON request that we could work on in our server side, and then exactly there in your server side, you could analyze, screen the response, do whatever magic you're doing with it before you sending back the response to Dialogflow and from it back to the user. So you definitely have those capabilities. You just need to work with the tool that basically allows you to hook up to your webhook, to your server side, and then in your server side, of course, you have the logic and you could do whatever you like. Let's see if we have any more questions. No, that's it so far. Okay, so let me just go real quick on all the updates that we just announced. So first and foremost, we updated the app directory. So you have now better capabilities. And I just tweeted about it earlier today, so please go ahead and check it out. By the way, my Twitter handle, G+1, LinkedIn one, whatever you are, is Greenido in one word. So just feel free to follow up there and ask questions later over there as well. In terms of the app directory and how to expose new cool app to users, we have now a fine-tune ability. So for instance, under food and drink category, you could go and drill into a subcategory like order food. So even a better way to just get to the things that you care about. One of the things that I hear a lot of developers are asking about is about discovery and how to reach more users. So in terms of implicit discovery, which is how you get more users when users are not asking something like, hey, Google, talk to Bitcoin info, because they don't know that you have a certain app for it. And they're just asking, okay, Google, I would like to do yoga. And then the Google Assistant is surfacing the best apps that can cater for their demands. This is called implicit discovery. And there we have quite a lot of improvements. And again, the documentation is up. You could see it on the developer, on Google developer blog, and it's pretty interesting, and you have links to drill and learn more about this functionality. We added more international support, so you could build now apps for Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and English India. As you can imagine, even in English, we fine-tuning and catering to certain locales. So we had the US, Australia, and the UK, and now we have India as well. And there's a great internationalization video that my colleague Wayne did. I highly recommend you check it out. In terms of creating a more holistic experience and catering users and give them what they want and need in the right moment and the right time, we have now an ability, we called it multi-dialogue, but to transfer from the phone or from the speaker and vice versa. Again, a great opportunity to be even more, I would say, make your users even more productive in the way that they're working. In terms of tuning and making sure that your app got a unique variation, we're always speaking about voice user interface, and one of the critical main point at the beginning is to think about what is the persona and how you are going to represent your brand or your service with a certain persona, how it's going to talk, what will be the tone, the slang, the word, how it's going to communicate with your users in a normal conversation. And for that, we have now a better SSML support. So basically, you could bind into the response with SSML tags the right sounds files that you want, and you have lots of examples out there. I would highly encourage you. We have a free sound library with over 1,000 sounds that you could pick and choose, and there are great examples in our action templates when you're building an app for the assistant without any code, just using Google Sheets as your server side. So over there, you have a great examples how we are leveraging SSML and giving more unique characteristics to those fun games like trivia game and flashcard game, etc. What else we have here? Oh, very important, and it's still in developer preview, but definitely I encourage you as developers to check it out, is the ability to re-engage users and to use notifications and daily updates. So again, it's very interesting to see and how you're going to implement it and request the right permissions, and of course do it with a lot of thought, so it's not overwhelming the users, and it's just bringing them the right amount of information when they want it. But those capabilities are now in developer preview, but as you can imagine, they are going to roll out pretty soon. So lots of good stuff. I'll tweet the blog post again today. It was 2 days ago, so you could check it out even without my tweet. But definitely go and see what are the latest and greatest in the platform. Another great resource that I highly recommend you to check out is under developer.google.com/actions. Basically, it's all the official documentation, and we doing our best to keep it as updated as possible since the platform is moving so fast and so rapidly. We trying to make sure that all the updates and the upgrades and the latest information will be there. I think let's have another look if we have any more questions. Yeah, we do have. Can you please link a tutorial of Dialogflow of how to send an HTTP request on a user input? Yes, of course. So we will share a link. I actually wrote 2 tutorials about it, and you could definitely check them out. One is on greenido.wordpress.com, and the other is on Medium, under Google Developer blog on Medium. Those two tutorials are basically giving you a step-by-step way to create your assistant app with Dialogflow, but then have the fulfillment being done with your server. And it's all, of course, done over HTTPS with a simple JSON post request back and forth. So very easy to do and implement. Yeah, we'll share it afterwards. I'll sync with Lauren, and we'll see where we could put those links so you could follow up with them. Let's see, we have more questions. Can I get a row? Oh, no, sorry, it's the same question, yeah. Yeah.
Do you see the questions on the YouTube page?
On the YouTube page, let's see.
I can send them to you.
Excellent, thank you. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I see, sorry. So I have one more question. I want to make an app that makes Google Assistant kid-friendly. I screen the user speech. Oh, yeah, so I see in the chat that, yes, someone actually answered it. So yeah, you have the ability to create specific apps for kids and families, and actually we have a new badge that distinguished it from other apps. Yeah, I see that you got the answer there. Let's see on the YouTube page itself. Actually, we have a new badge that distinguished it. Okay. Oh, now I see. So I see another question about, is it possible to send a request from a server to a Google Assistant without the user request? So that's exactly to the point. It's a great question. It's exactly to the point of what I mentioned around notifications and the ability to send daily updates. It's exactly that. It's still in developer preview, but you definitely encouraged to check it out and let me know if something is not working or it is working. By the way, that just lead me. We have a great community on G+, so if you're interested in that, check it out. Again, we'll share the link. And we have a great community on Stack Overflow. So for the future, also to test and check for questions, but also to share your knowledge there, just feel free to check it out. It's Actions on Google tag, and there are great Google developer experts and our team, they're trying to answer and do the best there in order to support people when they need to. And then obviously others could search and see it and interact with it later on. So yeah, just to close the answer to that question, yeah, it will be possible to do something like an alarm or any other type of notification that you can think of, definitely. Let's see if we have more questions. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, we can wrap up.
Excellent, excellent. So thank you all very much for the time. And if you'll have any questions later, I'll share some links. Actually, I think, Lauren, the easiest will be on this YouTube page in the comments, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Excellent. So we could wrap it up, and I'll share some links at the bottom. And thank you very much, everyone, and have a good weekend.